everyone and welcome back to another video. My name is Emily and I am the creator of Emsden Co, a small business on Etsy, particularly focusing on crochet. Anyway, so I looked at my channel the other day and for a while now my Crochet With Me sunflower bag has been going a bit mental with the views. It has currently 2,000 views, which is insane. Like, what? However, I've had a couple of comments on there saying that it wasn't really useful for learning to make it. This wasn't my intention. I didn't make the video as a tutorial. It was basically the first ever bag that I'd made, so I obviously wasn't going to do a tutorial on it when I didn't really know what I was doing. It was more of a come and crochet with me and make this thing instead of I'm going to teach you how to do this. However, I thought that because a few people have said that it wasn't really helpful, I would do a video that is helpful about it. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, this is the bag, by the way. It's super cute. Now I say it's a sunflower. I technically did the pattern a bit wrong, but I still love it. The brown is typically meant to go in the middle, but I didn't really care. Mine was a little reverse sunflower, but I honestly love it. It's like a tote bag shaped with handles at the top. I love it. Anyway, I thought that today I would do a tutorial on this bag because it's beautiful. I am going to be changing a few things just because I don't have them or I want it to be a bit different from this one. Basically that is the colour, the weight of the wool and potentially how many squares make it up, because with the different weight of wool it will be smaller. So this bag was made with Hayfield chunky or super chunky yarn, which I no longer have, and I didn't really want to go and buy some because I don't really like the feel of it. It is too chunky for this really. So for this bag I'm going to be using a normal DK weight double knitting weight yarn, which should hopefully make it feel a little bit lighter because it is quite a heavy bag. Also, my colour palette is going to change. I'm going to keep the yellow for the middle. I'm using this beautiful little pale pastel yellow. I'm really annoyed because I have no idea where this one and another one is from. It's a baby soft yarn, but I honestly have no idea where I got it from. I got it when I first started crocheting for my business. So it's these two that I'm talking about. And I cannot remember the brand name at all, and I don't want to trawl through all of those emails to try and find it. So these are both baby soft yarn, however I do not know what the brand is unfortunately, but any baby soft yarn will do. Not even baby soft, it can be like any DK yarn. You do not have to use the same yarn as me. You can try the colours, you can do completely different colours, it's up to you, make it your own. So I'm using this lovely yellow one, and then I'm using this little pastel blue, and then I will be using the Stylecraft Special DK in cloud blue, and finally the Stylecraft Special DK in denim. And I did a little swatch of this before I made this tutorial just to make sure I actually like the colours together, and this is what my first granny square turned out like. So this is what the end product is going to look like for me. Obviously you can change whatever colours you want, you literally don't have to do the same as me. You can use chunky yarn, you can use thinner, it's up to you. But this is what I've created. I really love it. It's so beautiful. Yeah, I'm going to teach you first of all how to make the granny squares. These are called Starburst granny squares. And then how to sew it all together. To sew it all together and to create the handles, I know that I'm going to use the same yarn as this, which is the 100% cotton yarn from Devonte, basically the range's own brand. And I'm going to use the white to slip stitch them all together. Slip stitch? Yeah, slip stitch all of the squares together and then create the handles just as a little bit of a contrast. And also it is sturdier for the handles, so that they won't stretch, they won't deteriorate as quickly, I guess. So I think that's all I have to show you. So let's get on with making the granny squares. We're gonna have to make a lot. Ooh. So the first thing that we're going to do is make the granny squares, or learn how to make the starburst version. First things first, you are going to need a crochet hook. I am using a 4mm one from Prim. So you're going to start with your first colour. So my first colour is going to be yellow, and you're going to make a magic ring. So to do that, you're going to grab the tail end of your yarn, and you're going to create a sort of crisscross on your fingers just by wrapping the wool around. Then you're going to go under the first loop, over the second one, and pull it through, and then chain one to secure it. So now you've got your magic ring, we can start working. So in this video, if you are unsure of any stitches, then I am currently doing a Crochet 101 tutorial series, which basically is me teaching you some different stitches, and that is where you can find a better description of all of these stitches. So we've just chained one, we're going to chain 2 more to have a chain of 3, and then we are going to double crochet 15 times into our magic ring. So we're going to yarn over, put hook in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over, pull through 2. And again. And then you're going to continue until you've got 15, well, until you've got 16 in this gap, including the first chain 3. So once you have completed that, you should have 16 stitches overall. So let's count them together. So this is our first one, which is our chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. So now what you can do is grab the little end of your magic ring, hold your work and just gently pull it, and that will close up that circle. I love how clean this looks. Looks very pretty. Then what we're going to do is slip stitch into the third chain of our initial chain 3. This will take a little bit of wiggling, give it a little wiggle, and then yarn over, pull through and pull through. Then you want to chain 1 and then snip your yarn, and then pull it through. Beautiful. Now we have a centre. So the next colour that I'm going to be using is this light blue. This is the lightest blue that I'll be using. And what you want to do is to attach that, I'm just going to go a couple of stitches away and put my hook in, and then grab your yarn. You're going to just wrap it around your hook and put it all the way through, and then tie a little knot to make it secure. Like so. Then you're going to pop your hook in that stitch again and yarn over and pull through, just to get that loop back on your hook. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and you're going to do, I can't remember what the stitch is called. Oh, a puff stitch, I think. So what that means is you're going to yarn over and insert your hook into the stitch. yarn over, pull through, and you're just going to give it a little tug just to get a big loop on that. Then with those 3 on your hook, you're going to yarn over and do the same into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then once more yarn over into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then got a bit of fluff there, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through all of the stitches on your hook and chain 1, and then do the same in the next loop. So yarn over, insert once, pull it through, yarn over, insert again, pull it through, yarn over, insert a 3rd time, and pull it through. So you're going to be inserting it 3 times into the same stitch, and then yarn over and pull through all the loops and chain 1. And you're going to want to do that for all 16 stitches. Okay, so once you have done 16 puff stitches, you are going to slip stitch into the top here of the first one. And you're going to yarn over, pull through and pull through, and then chain 1 and cut your yarn again and pull through. I love the way this looks, I don't know why, it's just beautiful. And then for the 3rd colour, I'm going to be using a slightly darker blue. This is the cloud blue, and I'm going to insert my hook into one of these big gaps between the puff stitches, and then again pull my yarn through and knot it to make sure it stays there. Pop your hook in and yarn over and up. I'm going to chain 3, and then we're going to do a bead stitch, I think is what it's called. So you're going to yarn over, pop your hook in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. So it's like you're doing half of a double crochet. Then you're going to do the same, yarn over, hook in, yarn over, pull through 2, and once more yarn over, pull, yarn over, pull through 2. And then for this initial stitch, you'll have 4 loops on your hook, and then you can pull through them all and chain 2. So these next ones are going to be a little bit different. Instead of doing it 3 times, you're going to do it 4. So you're going to yarn over, hook into the space in between the stitches, yarn over, pull through and pull through 2, yarn over, hook in, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, hook in, yarn over and pull through 2, and once more yarn over, hook in, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hoops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 5 and chain 2. So for the rest of them, you are going to make sure you've got 5 loops on your hook instead of the 4. And again, you're going to do that until you get back to the start. So once you've finished that, this is what it should look like. It's starting to look really cute. Again, we're going to slip stitch into this top stitch here to finish off the row, and then cut your yarn. I always cut it leaving a little end so that I can weave it in. And then the final layer. So for me, this is the darkest colour, which is this one, which is called Denim. And again, you're just going to find a space and pop your hook through, so a space in between the bead stitches, and pull up the yarn all the way through, do a knot, your hook in, pull up a loop and chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we are creating the border that goes around it to make it square. So in this stitch we are going to create 2 triple crochets. So we've done our chain 4, which is acting as a triple crochet. Now to triple crochet, you're going to yarn over twice, so you should have 3 loops, and then insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and then you're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. So it's basically like a really long double crochet. And then you're going to do one more, so over and over, in, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, like so. Then you're not going to do any chains, you're just going to go in with double crochets into the next one. You're going to do 3, so yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and once more. Then in the next stitch you're going to do half double crochets, so yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3. And again, you're going to do 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to go back to your 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to do 3 triple crochets. So yarn over twice, insert, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And you're going to do 3 of them. So this is where we're going to create our first corner. So you're going to chain 3, which is going to act as the corner, and then do 3 more triple crochets into this stitch. One, 2, 3. So that is our corner. And then you're going to continue double crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, corner, double crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, corner, double crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, corner, until you get back to here. Okay, so I've just finished the 3 double crochets, and this is my starting stitch. So I'm going to treble crochet into the starting stitch 3 times. 1, 2, oh, I dropped it, brilliant. 2, and 3. Then I'm going to chain 3 to create the corner and slip stitch into the 4th chain. Like so. Chain 1, cut your yarn, pull it through, and you have a cute little Starburst granny square. So we're going to make a few of these. I'm not actually too sure how many at the moment. Last time it was 18 that I needed, but these are a tiny bit smaller, so I think I will need a few more. And yeah. So I'm just in my dressing gown because it's pretty chilly, but I have finished all of the like beginning circles for the squares. So here they are. I've got two piles. I decided on making the bag 4 squares by 4 squares big, which means that I need 32 squares altogether. So I've got 16 here and then 14 here because I have the 2 that I already made. So yeah, I'm now going to attach the light blue yarn and do the next bit and see how that goes. That is very bright. That's better. Okay, so it is currently about 6 o'clock. I can't remember actually when I started filming this video, but it was about a week ago. Oh no, longer than that. A week to 2 weeks ago that I started filming this video, but my squares are finally done. So I'm gonna show you. So I've got 2 here, and in total I should have 32. So let's count them. And if I don't, I might scream because this has taken me so long. Just because, like, I could have boshed this out in 2 days, you know. If I had 2 days full of crocheting, I could have done this. But I don't. Who has that time? Anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. 31, 32. So now sort of like, not the easy bit, that was the easy bit. Now is the putting it all together, making it into a bag basically. So for these squares, these are really cute. I love the colours I've used. Mine are all like curled and stuff. That doesn't really matter, you can block them if you want, but I mean I'm not really going to bother because I just don't want to wait. But now we are going to put them all together. I'm tempted to sew in my ends before I do that, just because I feel like it will make it easier. Okay, so the correct way to sew in your ends is to grab your needle, obviously, get your bit of thread, your bit of wool, and then weave it in to any stitch you can around the area a few times. I go once, twice, 3 times, like back and forth, and then snip it and then you're done. That does take a lot of time, so for the purpose of this video I'm going to do my version of weaving in the ends, which is to tie a knot, a double knot, and then snip it. It's not pretty, but who's going to be seeing it? Me. That's who's going to be seeing it. And I want this done quick because I really want the bag, so that's what I'm going to do. You should weave in your ends properly because that's what you should do. Don't pay attention to me at this bit. Okay, so all ends have now been weaved in. This is what it looks like. I kept this one just because it was a bit awkward, so I'm going to weave that in a bit later. Now I'm going to teach you how to stitch it all together. Okay, so for this I'm going to just be using white wool to stitch mine together, but feel free to use any colour you like. So this method of stitching together is what I believe to be the slip stitch method. You need 2 of your granny squares, and you want them to be facing right side up. So the wrong side, as you can see, has lots of little, well, for me, where I cut them here, but the right side will not have this and it will look shiny and new. So I'm going to turn mine to make it easier. And what we're going to do is we're basically just going to slip stitch these 2 together up here. So grabbing your hook, you're going to pop it in to the bottom corner of your right granny square, but you're only going to go through the bottom loop, and you're going to go through 1 loop of this one, like so. Then you're going to attach your yarn. This bit's a bit tricky for me, so grab it and put it through. It will be quite loose, but that's okay, you can tighten it in a minute. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go into the next stitch and the next stitch on the other side, and you're going to slip stitch. So you're going to yarn over, then pull through all 3 loops on your hook, and then we're going to carry on. So in the next one and the next one, oh, I missed it, and then slip stitch like so. And as you can see, you're starting to create that slip stitch, and it depends which one you find easiest, whether you like to go through the back loop only or the front loop only. They kind of give the same results. I've started going through the front loop here, so I might actually carry that on through the whole of it because I think it just looks a bit neater, but yeah, it's all trial and error really. It depends what you prefer the look of. You don't even have to do this stitch at all. You can mattress stitch it, or if you have another preferred way of stitching them together, then go and do that. But this is just the way that I decided to do it because I wanted the stitching to show up, and I know with a mattress stitch it's very clever because it doesn't show up. Oh, I've just lost mine. So yeah, it is up to you how you stitch these together. This is just the way that I've decided to do it today. So just carry on until you get to the end of your row. And ta-da! The first one has been stitched together, and I think it looks actually pretty cute, you know? So now this is basically what you are going to do. You are just going to slip stitch them all together. You want 4 along and 4 up, and you're going to make 2 panels of that, and then I will be back to stitch it all together and make the bag. has been constructed. This is what I've got. It has all been sewn up. What I'm going to do now is just weave in all the ends. There's loads of them, and then I can start on the top and the handles. Okay, so all ends have been weaved in, and this is what it looks like. This is the right side out, and now I'm going to use white cotton yarn to single crochet around the top and then add the sleeves.